Hello everyone, my name is Munni. Today I am going to discuss about React life cycle. What is the React component life cycle? In React component go through a life cycle of events. In this, there are three types of life cycle methods present in React component. One is mounting, updating, unmounting, error handling. Mounting means adding nodes to the DOM, and updating means altering existing nodes in the document object model, and unmounting means removing nodes from the DOM, and error handling means verifying that your code works and is bug free. The constructor lifecycle method. The constructor method is called when the component is first created. You use it to initialize the component state and bind methods to the component instance. The constructor method sets the initial state of the component to an object with a count property is set to 0 and binds the handle click method to the component instance. The handle click method increments the count state property when the button is clicked. The render lifecycle method. The render method is responsible for generating components. Virtual document object model represent based on its current properties and state. It is called every time the component needs to be re-rendered, either because its properties and state have changed or because a parent component has been re-rendered. The render method displays the current count value and a button. When the button is clicked, a handle click method is invoked. This trigger has a state update causing a re-render and the updated count is displayed. The get derived state from properties lifecycle method. This lifecycle method available in React 16.3 and later version that is invoked during the mounting and updating phase of a component. During a mounting phase, get derived state from properties is called after the constructor and before render. The method is called for every render lifecycle is provides opportunity to update the component state based on changes in properties before the initial render. It takes two parameters, properties and states. Properties means the updated properties for the component, state the current state of the component. The method should return an object that represents the updated state of the component or null if no state updated is necessary. It is important to note that derived state from properties is a static method, which means it does not have access to the code is current interact with the component, instance method or properties. The component did mount lifecycle method is called once the component has been mounted in the document object model. It is typically used to set up any necessary event listeners or times, perform any necessary API calls and data fetching, and perform the initialization require access to the browser DOM API. The should component update lifecycle method is called before a component is updated. It takes two arguments, next properties and next state. This method returns a boolean value that determines whether the component should update or not. If the method returns true, the component will update it. And if the return false, the component will not update it. The component will update lifecycle method in React that gets called just before a component update cycle starts. It receives the next property and state as the argument and allow you to perform any necessary actions before the component updates. The component unmounting phase refers to the stage when a component is being removed from the document object model and is no longer rendered or accessible. During this phase, React performs a series of cleanup operations to ensure that the component and its associated resources or properties disposes of. The unmounting phase is the large state in the life cycle of a React component, occurs when the component is being removed from the document object model tree. The component will unmount lifecycle method. During the unmounting phase, React calls the before lifecycle method in order. Component will unmount method. This method is called just before component is removed from the DOM. It allows you to perform any necessary cleanup such as canceling times, removing event lists, or any data structure that were set up during the mounting phase. After component will unmount is called, component is removed from the document object model and all of its state and properties are destroyed. Thank you.